Hello everyone. In this video, we will be talking about the data visualization and its significance. Data visualization is one of the most important techniques which helps us in understanding the underlying pattern, trends, and relationship between the data. It helps us in extracting meaningful insights, identifying outliers, and making informed decisions. Visualization is one of the most important aspects of exploratory data analysis. We can say visualization is one of the part or one of the most important component of exploratory data analysis. Some of the most common techniques and visualization used in, in, in data visualization are line plot, bar chart, histogram plot, box and whisker plot, scatter plot, heat map. Now, the first question which arises in our mind is why data visualization? Data visualization is significant because of the following reasons. In real world, the data is very complex and it becomes difficult to understand. Data visualization helps us to understand the patterns and relationship in a visual format, which becomes very easy to understand. It also allows the data analyst as well as data scientist, and apart from that, the business stakeholders to grasp the key insights, patterns, and relationship between the data more quickly and more intuitively. Data exploration becomes very easy because it helps the users to interact with the information visually. It allows for the dynamic filtering, sorting, and drill down capabilities, enabling users to dive deeper into the data and uncover hidden insights and trends. It becomes easier to communicate with others. Visual representation can convey complex information and analysis results in a concise and compelling manner, making it easier for stakeholders to understand and act upon the insights. Visualizing data helps us in making data driven decisions. By presenting information visually, decision makers can understand the implications of different options and assess the potential risk and opportunities more effectively. Data visualization plays a crucial role in exploratory data analysis. It is one of the most important component of exploratory data analysis. By presenting data in a visual format, it becomes easier for the, for the stakeholders from different backgrounds and depending upon their level of data literacy to participate in data discussion, ask relevant questions, and contribute to the decision-making process. There are different stages of data visualizations. The first one is the univariate analysis. When we say univariate analysis, it has a word called as uni. Uni means one, which means that when we do any kind of univariate analysis, it focuses on analyzing and describing a single feature or a single variable in isolation. It involves the examining the distribution, central tendency, dispersion, and summary statistics of a single variable. For example, if we want to know the distribution of age range or the count of male and female in gender column. Bivariate analysis involves analyzing the relationship or association between two features. It explores how change in one variable is related to the change in another variable. For example, the relationship between age and salary, or the salary and the gender. Multivariate analysis deals with the simultaneous analysis of three or more variables. It examines the relationship and interaction between multiple variables in a data set. Multiple variate analysis helps us to uncover sometimes very complex relationship patterns and structures within the data and provides a more comprehensive understanding of the data set. Data visualization is being supported by Python. Some of the most popular Python libraries used for data visualizations are Matplot. Matplot is widely used plotting library in Python. It provides a wide range of options for creating static, interactive, and publication quality visualization. Next is the Seaborn. Seaborn is a high-level statistical data visualization library which is built on top of Matplot library. We can say it is an extension of Matplot library. The advantage of using Seaborn over Matplot is that Seaborn uses few lines of code as compared to Matplot. It integrates very well with pandas. Next is Plotly. Plotly is a very versatile and interactive plotting library. When I say interactive, which means the users can interact with the visual reports. It supports both static and dynamic visualization. It offers a wide range of chart types, including the line plots, scatter plot, bar charts, pie charts, in fact, 3D plots also. Plotly supports interactivity, allowing users to zoom, pan, and hover over the data points for detailed information. It also provides features like animation, annotations, and event handling. Plotly can be used both in Python as well as in JavaScript. Now, when we talk about visualization, we also have to know what is the data type. So when we talk about data types can be represented into different types. The first one is the numerical data. So numerical data basically represents the data which can be measured, or a kind of a quantity that can be expressed in a numerical format. It can be further categorized into continuous data. Continuous data can take any value within a certain range. For example, if we want to say like humidity, height, weight, or length. So these comes under the example of a continuous data. Next is discrete data. Discrete data can also take only specific distinct values like number of siblings, position in the marathon, count of the customers. Categorical data represents characteristics or qualities that cannot be measured on a numerical scale. It can be further divided into nominal data. Nominal data consists of categories without any inherent order or ranking. Examples like gender, it can be a male or female, eye color, it can be blue, brown, green, or a person's city of residence. Ordinal data, it's also a kind of a categorical data. It represents categories with a natural ordering or ranking. The numerical difference between categories may not be meaningful. Example includes rating scale, one for 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, or the education qualification, elementary school, high school, graduate, or we can also say customer level satisfaction, whether it's low, medium, high, student performance in an examination, poor, average, excellent, good, like this way. Next comes the time series data. So time series data is the data which is being collected over a sequence of time, and it should be an equally spaced time interval. It represents observation recorded at different points of time. For example, sales of a company monthly, weather data for years, company's performance quarterly. Textual data comprises unstructured text or documents. It can include articles, reviews, emails, social media posts, or any form of written or spoken language. Analyzing textual data often involves techniques like natural language processing and text mining. Next is the geospatial data. It represents the information associated with specific geographical locations or coordinates. So whenever you get any data which has latitude or longitude, which means that it belongs to a geospatial data. It can include maps, GPS data, satellite images, or any data linked to geographical references. Then is the binary data. Binary data has only two possible values, which is represented by 0 or 1. Now, the question is like why we are discussing these data types? Because if we know what is the nature of our data, then that will help us to identify like which data visualization technique we are going to adopt. Now, we are going to look into in detail in the next slide. Now, we know that, okay, this is going to be, we know the nature of the data, then it will help us to identify the chart or the different technique which can be used to visualize that particular data. For example, if we have on the x-axis a data which is numerical in nature, as well as on y-axis also is a numerical in nature, so in that case we can use a scatter plot, bubble chart, area chart. So the motivation here is to find it out that how y changes with respect to x. For example, how the experience varies with salary. Next example is if we have a numerical data on the x-axis and a categorical data on y-axis, so then we have to go for box plot, Weiland plot, or bar chart. The main aim of this the main aim of this type of charts is to find it out that how the numerical value varies with the different values of each category. For example, the salary variation with respect to men and women. Now, in the third scenario, if we have on the x-axis, we have the categorical data, and on the y-axis also we have the categorical data. Then we have stacked bar chart, grouped bar chart as an option. So this always tells us about what is the number of percentage of records of X which falls under each category of Y. For example, how many men are permanent employees as compared to women. Next is if we have only continuous data. So it's a kind of a univariate analysis. So in that case, we go for histogram and distribution plot. This will tells us the distribution of the values of X variable. Now, when I say distribution, this will help you to understand the nature of the distribution, like whether that particular variable is a normal distribution or it's a kind of a uniform distribution. It can be of any type. So, for example, we can know the distribution of the salary ranges. We can just know the distribution of the age of the different employees. So this table is a kind of a cheat sheet which helps us in understanding when to apply which type of chart for the visualization purpose. Now we are going to look into each and every charts in detail for all the three libraries used in Python, which is Seaborn, Plotly, and Matplot library.